Hi, my name is Dr. Lou Jacobs, and I'm the owner of Jacobs Chiropractic Acupuncture Center in Portland, Maine, as well as Perinatal and Pediatric Chiropractic of Maine. And I get bombarded with questions from patients, from non-patients, from people on the phone, prospective patients. They all have questions, and they're really great questions. And one of the questions that I got today from a new patient was this: is it bad to crack my own back and neck? The answer is yes, it is bad. The answer is also long, somewhat convoluted, and complicated. But I'm going to keep it simple by just addressing a few issues. The most important issue is this: if you crack your neck and you crack your back, one or the other or both, things will move, inflammation can arise, and damage can be done not only to the spine but to the nerves. Anytime that the joints of the spine are moved in directions and in ways that they are not designed to do, there is going to be damage to the joint and to the surrounding tissue. Some of that surrounding tissue is the nerves. Why is this so critical? The nerves communicate messages from your brain to your entire body, just like the wiring in your house or the wiring in your car. And if you've got a mouse chewing on the wires of your car and you start it up, things are going to not work right, or they're going to go drastically wrong, right? Or wires in your house. Things don't work when communication doesn't flow smoothly. So if you wrench on your neck, right, and it causes irritation and inflammation and damage and pressure on the nerve, your body is going to start malfunctioning because the brain can't send messages properly. This is not a good thing, as you can probably imagine, because if those nerves go to your liver, is your liver going to function at 100% if only 75% of the message is getting to it? I don't think so. And on the way up from your liver to your brain, is your brain, through those same nerve fibers, going to get messages clearly from the liver telling the brain what's going on in the liver? Not going to happen. So you're going to get this vicious cycle of discommunication from cracking your own neck or your own low back or your own something else, right? That's going to lead to system breakdown, system malfunction. It's not really no different than if you create some kind of disturbance in a circle of people that, like, I can't remember what it's called, but when a bunch of people get in a circle and at the beginning of the circle somebody says, "My cat is fat," and by the end of it, it's "my hat is flat." Right? There's a disconnect, there's a discommunication that leads to bad messages at the end organ or at the brain. So cracking your own back, and here's the other problem, right? You won't necessarily feel the damage that you are imparting on the spine and on the nerves, because it's not always painful. As I tell people, only 10% of nerve fibers feel pain. The rest are purely functional. So if you happen to be damaging those function nerve fibers that don't transmit pain clearly, you're not going to feel it, but you're going to be doing harm. In addition to this, there are a whole bunch of other issues. You could be setting yourself up for arthritis, for sprain strain types of injuries, making yourself vulnerable to waking up in the morning with a stiff neck or a stiff back and not being able to go to work. Cracking your own neck is the equivalent of trying to fill your own cavities. Something is going to go wrong. And the thing that will go wrong that would be maybe the most severe is extreme damage to the tissues of the neck and upper cervical spine, which can cause serious impairment if you do not know what you're doing. At the hands of a trained chiropractor, it's very, very safe. And the risk of injury is exceedingly low. But at the hands of someone, including yourself, who's not trained to perform this procedure, it can be very, very dangerous. So my recommendation is, don't do it yourself. Let somebody else do it for you. Someone that is trained and someone that is an expert in chiropractic adjustments, which is a chiropractor. My recommendation is do not crack your own bones, your own neck, your own joints, and do not mess with your own nerves. You need a professional. You need someone who's trained, who can perform the adjustments safely. Cracking your neck is potentially very, very dangerous unless it's done by someone who is properly trained. Most people don't even change Most people don't even change their own oil in their cars because they're afraid they're going to make a mistake or they don't know how to do it. That is much less serious than cracking your own neck. So please, take my advice. Don't do it.